Welcome back, folks, to another video with myself, Obsidian Gaming, and today we are talking all about the Craftsman template. The Craftsman template is very easy to do, but it takes a lot of grinding, so a little bit of warning for that one. This is pretty much for beginners who are new to the game and you're wondering what skill templates you need for your crafter, and well, this is it for you guys. Hopefully you might find it interesting, and if you do like it, don't forget to hit like the video. You can purchase the first 50 points of this skill by going over towards the blacksmith shop. On the vendor, left click, and then you go down to train blacksmithy. It'll come up at the top above their head saying you need 300 gold for an example. Then you drop the gold onto the vendor and that will give you the relevant skills for the money for it. You can train this up to 50. Once you're standing next to a blacksmith forge and an anvil, all you need to do is double click on a pair of tongs or a blacksmith hammer. It'll bring up the crafting menu like so. Down here on the bottom left, you can smelt the items that you've created, and then also change which iron that you wish to work with. There is several different ones you can work with, and lower down is the higher value it is. So I'm going to select iron for this example. These are all the items that you can create. So if you wish to make any ring mail, armor, chain mail, then you got plate mail, helmets, shields, blades, axes, etc, etc. There's loads you can make. So over towards the chainmail, we're going to make a chainmail tunic for this video, and then it's created into our bag. As you can see, it's been created with an exceptional quality, and it's also given our marker on it. This is because we are at Grandmaster or above. So Grandmaster is at 100, we're currently at 110, which makes us an elder blacksmith instead, and you can train this up to 120 overall in total. When you're having exceptional, it gives you a durability bonus, and also it makes your armor rating higher over it up at the top here. You can also give yourself a little bit of a boost by using runic hammers. Runic hammers are rewards by completing bulk order deeds. I'll show you in a second how to get these bulk order deeds and what you do, but once you complete them, like this one for an example, is to make 15 ring mail sleeves with copper ingots. Once I've collected them, handed them in, I can then get a chance to get this copper runic hammer. Once you use a runic hammer, you need to use the same ingot with that hammer. It's quite complicated, this bit, isn't it? So for an example, I used a copper runic hammer to make this copper katana, and then this gives me a bonus of 10, and then exceptional, which gives me a damage increase of 4%. This will also give you an opportunity to make slayer weapons, which are more powerful against certain types of mobs. Okay, so what you need to do, oh my god, right, just be careful when you are here, right, because I've been robbed twice just by standing in here trying to do this video, because I left the runic hammer in my bag and some little bugger just came along and robbed it. Screw you, right, if you're watching this video. Right, so back to the video, as we were saying. So I can't believe that guy just done it, I really can't. So to get a bulk order deed, you come over here, keep selling items to the craft blacksmith guild master, and then he will give you an option to make these, and this will appear in your bag, and then you have to make them and then hand them in. All you have to do once you've done it is just drop them on and it'll give you a little reward. Some of the rewards you can get is also this prospectus tool, which enhances the ore that you're going to be mining, and again I'll carry that on in 2 seconds. I'm just going to get out of this area because that little thief is doing me nothing and I want to get away from him. The second skill I'd recommend to use is going to be Inscription. Inscription can be purchased from any mage shop. All you need to do is go inside it, left click, select train majory, and then put the money on them, and then again it will just teach them how to do it. Dead easy, 50 points for you. So for this one, all you need to do is get yourself a scribe's pen, you double click it, and also you need some blank scrolls and relevant reagents for that spell. For an example, on a level 4 spell, which is a really useful one to use, and it's also popular if you want to sell it in your shop, is recall. Recall is needed for when you need to travel from A to B, and all you do is double click your pen, open it up. If you want to see what ingredients are needed, if on this section here, click that, and it will tell you I need black pearl, blood moss and mandrake root, as well as a scroll. It will also tell you what percentage success is and how much inscription is needed skill wise to do this spell. So I'm going to make one of them for this one for the purpose of the video, and then I can drop it into my book, and now I can teleport using my rune book to one of my save locations that I've got already. So I'm going over towards the mines to go into our next one. For our next skill is going to be mining, and mining is a resource gathering skill. It is very helpful for our blacksmith as well as tinkering. All you need to do is get yourself a nice little shovel or a pickaxe, double click, and then you double click on inside any mine, or you can do it on a dungeon floor also. And if you just keep mining the same location, it'll come up on the bottom left with what type of ore you have gathered. For an example here, we have got dull copper, and then we've got some iron as well on our second hit. So we're just going to carry on hitting it like so, and then we're going to take it over towards the forge over here in the corner, and then you double click the mine, or the ore that you just mined, and that'll come into your backpack for the ones that you've gathered. I would recommend getting yourself a beetle, and if you haven't got a beetle just yet, use a pack horse, because these are good for storing, umping it up. You'll have a little backpack, you can store extra tools, and then you put all the ore into there as well, because ore does weigh quite a lot. Just bear that in mind for it. With the mining skill, you can also get some extra tools for the bonuses. For an example, the prospector's tool, you click on that and then it will upgrade the ore which is in the ground in that location to the next one up. So instead of being iron, it will upgrade to dual copper and so forth. The next skill I'd recommend doing is going to be the tinkering. For the tinkering skill, you can purchase this, again, same as the blacksmithing imagery, going over towards the relevant shops, left clicking it and then dropping down onto the tinkering tab, and then purchase up to 50 skill points for this skill. For the tinkering, use the toolkit, double click on the left hand side, you can select which type of ore you wish to use. I only use the iron ore because you don't really need to use any of the others, to be honest with you. And then you select tools, and then here I would recommend the hammer, shovel and tongs. These are the main ones that you really want to do, because when you're out in the wild like we are now, instead of going back to the shop, we can simply create our own shovel using the ore we just mined as well straight away. So it's a really handy tool. It just saves you going back to town to buy more shovels, because each shovel, they only last either 100 or a 50. Normally it's 50. So you get 50 uses out of it and then it will be destroyed. So you need to carry on making more tools. I forgot to mention quickly as well with tinkering, you can also make yourself some slayer deeds. So for slayer deeds, you can attach these to your weapons that you made with your blacksmithing, and you can make arcane dude, elemental ban, exorcism, etc. And these are really good boosters for any mobs in them. These are classes like super slayers, really, when you add them to your weapons. Really helpful. So tinkering is actually worth doing up to 105 at least. Our next skill is going to be bow fletching. So for this, you need a arrow fletching kit, you need wood, and then this you can make yourself some weapons, which will be a bow, crossbow or a heavy crossbow. And then the ammunition, you can make the arrow and crossbow bolt, and materials you can do kindling and shaft. There's not a lot of things you can make, but however, if you have an archer or a ranger character using a bow, you're going to need it. Higher level with your bow fletching, the higher benefits like blacksmithy your bows will have, and then it also a chance that you can make slayer weapons with that. Skill number 6 I would recommend, and this is pretty much a must as well along with blacksmithy, is tailoring. Now tailoring, you need a sewing kit, so open up your sewing kit menu like so, and then here you can select if you want to make normal clothing for your character, such as hats, pants, kilts, skirts, etc. And also you've got leather armor and studded armor as well, and also you can actually make bone armor as well if you want to do bone character, make yourself a little skeleton or whatnot. So with leather armor, is all of it is here for you that you need, like your tunic and every part of your body to be covered. Down here on the bottom left is selecting which type of leather you wish to have. So we have the different colours what are over here on our box we've got gathered up already. So we've got normal leather. This could be harvested from your cows, your bulls, great hearts, or any type of normal animal, to be honest with you. So use a dagger on the corpse and then you can get the leather. Also you have pieces of horned leather and spined leather. These two can be found on drakes, lizard men and silver serpents or normal serpents as well. Depends which type of monster will give you them. Barbed leather, however, is a little bit more difficult. This can be gathered from dragons. So from dragons, killing them, harvest it with your knife, and then you can get yourself some barbed leather. Barbed leather is the highest ranking of all the leathers, so it's the more valuable one. I currently sell mine on the shops for 1100, which is quite cheap, to be honest with you. So this is my little shop down here. So if you know this game, this is Vesper, and you just come up the Vesper Bridge northwest, and this is my shop. So if you play on this server on Ultima Online forever, then why not pop on down to the Vesper trading post. Now for the 7th skill, if you wish to have yourself a 7-time GM craftsman, I would recommend probably Carpentry. Now Carpentry is a little bit more of a novelty one, to be honest with you. Where's this saw? There it is. So double click the saw, and this is pretty much creating any furniture. You can make yourself a blacksmithing forge and an anvil like I've got here. You can make yourself a loom for your tailoring, and you can make yourself other containers and like chairs and tables, etc. It's not a really important one, it's more of like they say a novelty one. So if I was going to drop any of them to increase my other skills past 100, I'd probably recommend dropping Carpentry. And finally, as I talked a second ago about regarding increasing your skills, you can actually increase your skills up to 120 by purchasing these skill scrolls. They go between 140 to 160 on the average price, and you will need to increase it 3 more times before you're at level 20. So you can't buy a 120 level skill scroll and be at 120 straight away. What you need to do is purchase that, for an example, this mining one, 105, get yourself up to 105 skill by training or using skill scrolls, and then you have to buy level 10 and then continue up to 10, then 15, and then finally the 120 skill. So bear that in mind. Just don't go straight away buying 120 skill scroll, because you need to do it 105, 10, 15, and then finally the 20. So save yourself some money. So I hope you found that video interesting. Hope it worked and it helped for you, and give you some ideas on your craftsman character. If you want to play this game as well, guys, it's free of charge to play. The server link is down below for you, and I wish you all the best on it. Thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourself as always, stay safe and have a great week. Bye for now.